This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Psycho Blue Ranger. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in your standard Lightning Collection window box packaging. Turning the box around, we can see a really great image of the Psycho Blue Ranger. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here is Psycho Blue out of the box. And oh man, I can't believe we're getting yet another Psycho Ranger so soon in the line. The Psycho Rangers are something very unique and very special, and Hasbro is doing a great job. They are giving us the Psycho Rangers we have always deserved, with the great sculpt, great paint, really cool accessories, and really good articulation. I am super happy to add yet another Lightning Collection figure to my collection. But before we take a closer look at the actual figure, let's take a closer look at his accessories. So Psycho Blue does come with a decent amount of accessories. Starting off, we get his axe, a blast effect piece, and 4 interchangeable hands, one having the green lightning effect. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at the Psycho Blue Ranger. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the Psycho Blue Ranger. And how cool is this that we're getting another Psycho Ranger in the line so far so quickly? I think that's really awesome, and the Blue Ranger here came out fantastic. So the helmet looks really good. Really, again, love what Hasbro is doing with the sculpting. Since the Psycho Ranger is such a unique design, I love the fact that they went all out on it, and it just came out great. The paint apps look very nice for the most part. I will say that this particular figure of mine does have a lot of small paint errors here and there. Like you can see a little bit of blue bleeding right there onto the black, nothing crazy. It's a little bit of chipping on the face paint right there. There was some more blue splattered right here on his stomach area that I had to shave off a bit, and worked out fine. Just little things here that I noticed, the little paint's missing just a little spots, but it's nothing crazy. You know, when you just look at it on the shelf, you're probably not even going to notice it, but everything else looks really good. The sculpt, I love the texture, how they're making it look like that leathery type of material, which is unlike the spandex, which is the average Power Ranger wears. These guys have very different suits, and I really dig it. Even all the studs painted silver, which is how it's supposed to be, all looks really good. The white gloves with the blue inlay in there looks nice. The gold on the end logo right there, all looks really good, dude. All this, you get the lining on the inside of the thighs like that, looks so good. And the texture, and again, look at the texture on the boots, how they gave it that cracked leathery feel. That's really good, man. You got some Psycho butt right there. All that looks good. The lining on the back, all of this looks fantastic. Really good. Oh, just everywhere. You got a little blue spot right there on the glove. Again, little spots here and there that I've noticed, but nothing too crazy. Everything looks pretty good still with all of that. So aesthetically, I love the Psycho Rangers. And this is exactly the exact same mold as we were seen with the Psycho Red Ranger. So if you already have the Psycho Red Ranger, you're going to pretty much know what to expect. It's practically the exact same thing, only just being the color swaps and then the different accessories that we get. But they're all going to be that exact same way, so expect all the other ones. Maybe the female Rangers might be a little bit different, but for all the Psycho Rangers, they're going to look exactly the same with the exception of the colors. Alright, now let's check out his accessories. So we do have interchangeable hands. You can see I have a close-fisted hand right here on the left side, and a gripping hand on the right side right here. We also do get a gripping hand for his left side, which is really nice, the exact same thing. Then we do get that lightning effect piece with the lightning fingers shooting, green lightning shooting out of the fingertips, which I think is really cool. We actually do get the exact same one from the one we had with the Red Ranger. Again, this is something that all the Psycho Rangers are going to most likely come with, since that's kind of like their powers. You know, they shoot this green electricity out there, so they're the exact same thing, and then they'll just change out with your standard straight peg that we've seen with all the other Ranger figures from this line, all looking really, really good. But what's also great is that we do get his Psycho Axe. I love this thing. I love again that we're getting unique weapons with unique sculpts, with a lot of paint detail. You know, there could be a little more with the gold right there, but still, they could have just given us like one solid color weapon, which a lot of companies do, but they did it and they hooked it up with this. Just looks great with the black, the whole twisted thing, like all their weapons tend to have this twisted design to it, twisted pattern, so the blades kind of twist around like that, and the blue just looks so freaking good. And then you can get that in either of his gripping hands, and he holds onto it very well. Again, very freaking cool. We also do get this like blast effect piece, which is cool. The really nice burst done in this nice translucent yellow plastic. And that's another thing that I really like that Hasbro is doing. We're getting so many effect pieces with every figure, and that's super cool, man. A lot of other companies and toy lines don't do that. And you can, there's a little slot you have to find. I believe it's right in there, a little slot in there, and you have to just pretty much slide this on over the axe, the corner of the top axe like so, and then you plugs on like that. So when you're like slashing on somebody, you know how in Power Rangers when you slash at somebody, it always makes this burst like sparks effect coming off, and that's pretty much what that is. I think it's super cool that we got something like that. So I love the accessories. Everything it comes with is definitely what you need for a Psycho Ranger, and to me that's pretty awesome. Alright, now let's run down his articulation. So the head is on a ball joint, does roll around a bit. You're mostly going to get left and right, up and down a little bit. Again, it's going to be hindered by the collar of this whole thing that wraps around like so. It does hinder articulation a bit, so mostly left and right. This whole upper chest piece is a softer plastic, so you can get the arms full 360 just like so, up and out that far. We do get a butterfly joint in there, which is really nice. Rotation in the bicep, double jointed elbows, that works very well. Rotation at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist. A ball peg in the midsection, so that rolls around, does turn left and right, pivots side to side and crunches back and forth. And then we also get an ab crunch in there, so it crunches all the way forward that, all the way back like so. We got hip joints that kick forward that far, back a bit, splits about that much, rotation in the upper thigh. We got a double jointed knee. They can bend it a little bit. It's a little tricky to get it on there, but boom, kick himself in his own butt. That's perfect. Rotation at the boot. Ankles will go up and down, and a very good ankle rocker. So overall, I love this. Again, I am falling in love with the Lightning collection. Hasbro is doing a great job getting so many different varieties of Power Rangers throughout the years from all the different series, and just so many different cool things, man. This is exactly what I've always wanted a Power Ranger line to be, and Hasbro is finally giving it to us. So if you want to pick this guy, he is showing up at GameStops everywhere right now. I think he's totally worth it because he is definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Power Rangers comparison, here he is standing next to the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger and Psycho Red Ranger. And just for fun, here he is standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Psycho Blue Ranger. Now overall, I think this guy is incredible, and again, I've said it many times, Hasbro is doing an amazing job with the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. The sculpt of this guy is beautiful, from the different textures of the leather. The paint is so well done. I do have some paint issues, but it's very minor and barely even noticeable. The articulation is fantastic. I love his weapons and accessories, and those effect pieces are genuinely appreciated. I definitely need more Psycho Ranger figures in my collection, and I cannot wait to pick every last one of them up from Hasbro. Now, I picked this figure up at GameStop, so if you're trying to look for him too, then head over to a GameStop and hopefully you can score one. He is definitely worth the get. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.